Today's aircraft is a Boeing 777-300ER of Air France. It is 17.5 years old, has two General Electric 90 engines, so the most powerful currently in service. And it has 4 first-class seats, 58 in business class, 28 in premium economy, and 206 in economy. As you can see here, so the 4 first-class seats, la première. And then the 58 business class seats in a reverse herringbone 1-2-1 configuration. The 28 premium economy seats in a 2-4-2 configuration. And the 206 economy class seats in a 3-4-3 configuration. So, welcome to Dubai Terminal 1, Area 1, as usual for Air France and carry-on flights. As you can see, it was our first class check-in and Sky Priority where we go with my dad. And economy ramp today, yay! As you can see, the Frankfurt flight is cancelled. We'll see why in a bit, and that's our flight, for now, scheduled on time. We checked in very fast and easily, and now onwards to the security checks. We passed the security checks fast enough, it was very fast, no one was there. And here we are waiting, and that's the SkyTeam Lounge in Dubai where we went with my dad before, because he's Air France Platinum. And today we're not flying with my dad because we're flying for the school competition I said before. And now it's boarding time and we're going to the gate a bit early. And there's a nice surprise awaiting there. Yay. Whoa. As I said, a nice surprise. So we waited about an hour at the gate for boarding, and like at one moment we saw everyone leaving. We're like, what's going on? So we went to the gate, and the agents told us that the flight is cancelled due to the Iraqi airspace getting closed because there were tensions going on in the Middle East. So we contacted the school because they're the one who took the tickets for us, who contacted the travel agency, and we got rebooked on an Emirates flight to Rome on an A380 or 777, and we're not sure yet, so it's EK097. And then we have an hour and a half of transit and taking Air France then from Rome to Paris. So we're just waiting in line here. It's been already an hour. We're waiting in lines for the connection desk to ask more information about like how to get our luggage back and everything. So it's totally chaos. But what I don't understand is if we can go from Dubai to Rome, then we can go from Dubai to Paris. It's almost the same thing. So anyways, I'll come back with an update later. Look at that. Our aircraft. Or at least it was supposed to be. I mean, talk about an upgrade. We got an A380 today. At this point, you could imagine our exhaust and stress levels. After a long 30-minute bus ride from Terminal 1 to the Emirates Terminal, so Terminal 3, we finally made it. After magnificent views of Emirates 777s. We finally made it to Terminal 3. Yay. We then walked to the Emirates connection desk in Terminal 3 and the security checks right here. And then we finally went to the Marhaba Lounge to get some sleep and some food. Because Air France gave us the access to the lounge. But let's say there weren't a lot of choices. There were a few plain fruits and vegetables, bread and juice. Apart from that, it wasn't very varied. A few sodas, and sleep. We then woke up about 3 hours later refreshed, wait no, that's not the right word, less exhausted than before, to only find that all the flights to the Middle East were cancelled. And here are our new flights. So as you can see, EK0097 to Rome, and then Air France 1505 to Paris Charles de Gaulle, both in economy. And here is a little tour of the Marhaba Lounge, so the check-in desk left, a seating area as well, and a few red cubicles, and a magnificent view, I don't think you can see it from here, on the apron of Emirates A380s, a coffee machine, More seating area. A small buffet but with not very varied food. As you can see, some rice, some mushrooms, sausages, tomatoes, and vegetables over here, milk and juice. More seating area with a view. As you can see, the lounge was pretty full. Bread, sodas, water, a small bar, more seating, and another small buffet with exactly the same things as before. And some small sandwiches, just like in the SkyTeam lounge. And that is where we slept, in those small blue and black cubicles. It was a little tight, but it was fine. And with a small table right here that we retracted. So we squeezed in and slept over here for about 3 hours. Let's continue our lounge visit. So here are the flight information. As you can see, at 8, we made our way to our gate to see beautiful Emirates A380s. This magnificent lift with a waterfall next to it.
C'est raciste. Oh, j'ai eu
And we walked. Let's find our flight. Oh, where is it? There it is. Gate 812. We then took the SkyTrain to our gate. And if you want advice, hold on. We then walked even more to take yet another lift to A gates, A1 to A24. Where a cranky old lady told me to get out and push me because I was blocking her view. How nice is that? Another waterfall. And more walking. And that's the line for boarding. Will you look at that? An Emirates A380 in the Expo livery. How rare and beautiful is that? And that's our plane for today. Boarding took about an hour and a half. I mean, there's like 500 people in the A380. Here's the seat map of this aircraft today. So there's a total of 517 seats. This is where we sat at the end, extra legroom row, you'll see why in a bit. And this is where we sat during the whole flight, right here. So the whole lower deck is economy, and the upper deck is first class and business. So there's 14 first class seats in a 1-to-1 configuration, fully enclosed suites, and 76 business class in a 1-to-1 configuration with the bar right here. Wow. This is where we sat, first class with the engine view. No, just kidding, we sat in economy. Upon boarding, the crew was a bit cold and didn't really welcome us. They just asked us where our seats were, and this is how soft the seat is. Overall, I think the seat was pretty comfortable, as you'll see in a bit. I like the color schemes on the cabin, it was pretty cozy. Of course, on the A380, there are huge overhead bins. The screen was okay, even though it didn't work really good. The legroom is really fine. And this is how the tab light opens, right here, and closes. And this is the recline At that point, I was really surprised. Honestly, this seat is extremely comfortable, but of course it's an A380, so very good. Good job, Emirates. Also, the crew hands out free Polaroids upon boarding and a menu. Wow. I'm a huge food lover, so I was super happy with this. We had a sandwich as a snack and then braised beef and profiterole, which were really disgusting, for lunch. This is Emirates' new no-nonsense safety video, which is pretty boring, but then we finally pushed back with about 30-minute delay. At this point, we were really starting to stress because we had an hour and 30 minutes transfer in Rome, but as you'll see later, this was nothing compared to our actual delay. We then waited about another hour and a half before taking off due to the very heavy traffic in Dubai. At this point, we were about 2 hours late, so we were really stressing out. The entertainment system was pretty good with a huge selection of French movies, Hollywood movies, so everything to entertain you throughout your whole flight, especially this was a 100% day flight. But the problem is the screen was really light. You had to click about 1,000 times before it actually worked. Whoa. We then continued taxiing and waited before finally taking off. Sadly, this flight was fully booked because everyone on the flights to Europe that got cancelled rebooked on this one, as this was one of the few flights to Europe not getting cancelled. So at the time of booking, there were only middle seats left, hence no window view. Yay. Anyways, enjoy this tail camera takeoff. Served this barbecued brisket and scrambled egg sandwich, as you can see, which was disgusting to say the least. The cheese was gooey and disgusting, and the meat was super thin and not barbecued brisket. Apparently it was a huge discount because we were served another beef meal for lunch with mashed potatoes, vegetables, broccoli, a bun, and profiterole for dessert with a caramel sauce and disgusting. We also saw a salad and a bit of chocolate with a cheese salad. At this point, we were about 30 minutes away from Rome and we started our descent an hour late. Considering we had about an hour and a half transfer in Rome, we were about to have 10-20 minutes for transfer.
Et enfin, nous vous demandons de lire la notice de sécurité placée devant vous. Please read the certificate in front of you.
The airport was fun. The seat was pretty comfortable. There were 3 individual air vents, and this was my very last row. Also, upon boarding, all the passengers were looking at me mad because I had made them late, even though the flight departed 5 minutes early. Even on the last row, you have a decent amount of recline on Air France's Airbus A380. We then passed a lot of planes from ITA Airways, magnificent blue livery, Wizz Air A321neo and American Canada 777 takeoff. This is a video of when ITA Airways A320 taking. We were so happy to have made it. We just were thinking about the cancel flight and everything for now. We're just so grateful we made it, and we're finally going to Paris.
C'est où Isère?
During landing on the Emirates A380, we just thought we weren't gonna make it, and we were just thinking about catching the next flight to Paris, which was actually just 2.5 hours later. We were finally allowed to take off, and we're blasting out to Paris. Finally. Enjoy this finally window wind view takeoff. Delicious. We had a bird's eye view over the Bourget airport, which is used for private jets, and where there's an international congress about aviation and defense every year over there. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. It is free, literally takes 1 second. It helps me out a lot to support my dreams. You can also hit that like button and put a nice comment down below to help me improve and hear your thoughts about this video. My next flight is going to be in a month and a half to Paris on a Boeing 777-300ER, and then on a A321 normally down to Bordeaux, and then back 3 weeks later. So see you next time. Bye bye.